Mate. Hi, what are you up to today?
Oh, going over to see Gennaro. Do you know that mad Italian?
Oh, that mad Italian in Charlotte Street.
Yeah, he's my sort of one of my big sort of food gurus. He taught me a lot. I used to work with him.
Do you still go around and see him?
Yeah, every now and again when I want a few tips.
Oh, very nice.
Well, now I'll show him a few things as well.
Oh, good.
Just fill her up completely,
Yep,
please.
lovely.
Mate. See you, mate.
This is just the start.
Who is he? Che cazzo fai?
Hey, what are you doing here?
Che bello stronzo.
Nice to see you. You're all right.
You all right?
You work well.
Tutto bene?
Sì, tutto bene, grazie.
I'm just wondering, mate, you taught me everything I know about pasta. After lunchtime service today, could you come around my house? I've got 3 dishes I really want you to see.
Right.
I'm really excited about.
After service?
Yeah.
Because I'm busy, because I'm doing this ravioli.
But you're doing tortellini?
I'm going to do tortellini.
What does tortellini mean?
Tortellis means a little cake,
Right.
little tart. But they're all ravioli. They're all ravioli.
Field pasta, yeah, yeah.
Field pasta, they all filled ravioli.
All right,
That's
mate.
what the machinists are doing.
What are you making in here?
Now, this one, what I'm doing, because I'm doing some curly pappardelle, which are very good. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know how to do it, yeah. Do you remember when I used to do it?
Yeah, I do.
It's good. You know, I'm going to make some ravioli. Do you want to do it for me?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
It's nice pasta, you know.
It is indeed. I use this nice pasteurized eggs.
Yeah.
You're doing very well.
Thanks, Gennaro. Well, you did.
La 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 la. I wish I have your speed now, because now it takes me a little longer to do it.
No.
It does.
Gennaro, you're the fastest, mate.
Okay, yeah, good. You made them a round one on the corner. I prefer a round one, because it doesn't matter about the shape. So it's good. Those they look nice actually like that. Never done a ravioli like that.
Look, I just grab this like this.
Yeah.
Fold it around. And this isn't tortellini or capellacci, but you go like that, and what you do is you get that extra little cup in there, which will hold the sauce. So, look, if we've just invented a new pasta, which we have, we've got 2 cups. How do you say 2 cups?
It's called doppio cappa. Poi you can call it
Doppio
cappuccino, because you can call them something inside.
Okay.
Doppio cappa.
Doppio cappa.
Ravioli doppio coppia. Did we do it? You see, I'm good.
I'm going to go.
Okay.
After lunch?
Right, after lunch, you'll be done. Okay.
See you later.
I said, listen, take those before you go, and I can make some more, okay? Then you cook those.
Yeah, but you spend a lot of time making them.
Don't worry about it. I've got the machines here, and I don't know it. Take a couple of packets of pasta as well.
Lovely.
I'll see you this afternoon, right?
Okay.
I'll make sure you cook well.
I mean, I love cooking pasta in the restaurant. I mean, it's fantastic, and I think you can be really creative. But, you know, I think I'm really lucky that I've learned really to make pasta from an Italian as opposed to sort of an English chef, because I think it gives you a real vibe for how things work and, you know, how they should be. But I mean, I think the real home for pasta is definitely at home, and it certainly wasn't chefs making the pasta up. It was always the housewives and the mums, you know. It's always the mama, you know. They would make all these different shapes and sizes and stuff. Now, bolognese, spaghetti bolognese is like, I think, probably an anglicised pasta in England, and it doesn't really matter because it's good. Now, the other day, what I did was did a little test with like an original way of doing sort of a good bolognese and then a cheating way. Now, I'm not saying cheating's the way to go, but when you're at home, you want a quick bit of dinner and you want it to be absolutely sumptuous, right? This bolognese is a little bit of a cheat with the same sort of Italian heart and flavours, and I want to see if Gennaro notices a difference. So literally, I've got a little pancetta in a pressure cooker, right? And of course you could do it in a normal pan with a lid and just do it slowly in the oven, but this is so quick. Right, and I've got celery, onion, carrots, some chopped garlic and some rosemary, right? And I'm just going to put the pancetta in first, just to get some of that crispness and fat coming out, because fat's lovely. And in the old original way of cooking bolognese, you'd probably have pork fat or beef suet or something, you know, or suet, to start the pan off. What they would have done next is slowly cook the onions and the celery, which is, I think is quite original, and they call that a sofrito. And then carrots is probably just, you know, if you liked it, and obviously garlic. And people like little garlic or a lot of garlic, whatever. But I've got a feeling that original bolognese, I've got a feeling there was no mincemeat inside. Well, since when did they have butchers with electric stainless steel mincers and stuff like that? Even the hand ones can only be so many hundreds of years old, and I'm sure bolognese the ragu bolognese was made way before that. So I've got here the cheapest cut of beef, which I think is really exciting because everyone always thinks cheap cuts are like, ooh, you know, fillet steaks and sirloins, darling, but cheap cuts of meat taste better. They need a little bit more love and care, and they're far more tasty than a fillet. So this is from the shin, and it's cheap. They almost give it away. So just cut it into sort of inch strips, right? And I'm going to put that plonk straight in. Now, I'm going to put 2 tins of tomatoes in here. I want a good pinch of salt, because tomatoes love that, a good pinch of pepper, and then sort of, you know, a glass and a half of yesterday's red wine. And then what I'm going to do is just top it up with a little water, just for a little bit of moisture. But you won't believe the amount of moisture that will come out of that meat, right? So I'm going to turn it on full whack, and I'm going to get this lid on the pressure cooker. And I can't believe after all this time I'm using a pressure cooker, because basically I've taken the mickey out of my nan for years about using this pressure cooker. You know, she cooks her greens in pressure cookers and stuff like this. But for stews and soups, it's so quick. So that lid's on now. I'm going to bring it to the boil. It'll start whistling. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some pasta. And you can use eggs or egg yolks. If you want to use just egg yolks, what that's going to give you is a yellower and a slightly more rich pasta. So I've got 6 egg yolks going in. This is probably enough for sort of 3 or 4 people. So normally to every egg, you use 100 grams of flour. But obviously different flours, it changes the day. It might be a wet or a moist day. So literally, never use scales or anything like that. Just guess it. So I'm guessing that'll be good, right? Give it a little pulse. Obviously the Italians will do it by hand. Look at that. We've got chewy little breadcrumbs. Now that's sticky. I can feel it. It's sticky. So I'll add a little bit more flour. Then I'll give it a little bit more. Just squeeze it in your hand. See that? That's a nice little dough there. Just put that onto a surface, and that's taken me 30 seconds, yeah? Just when I knead it and push it together, and that's it. Look, we've got pasta. Simple. So I'll use my bottle of wine just to roll out some pasta. And instead of having to try and roll out a big sheet, which obviously is kind of hard without the machine, just take little bits like this, right? Little square. And you can roll it really thin, really quickly. And you get your kids doing this, and they love it. So we got this ricotta here, which is buffalo ricotta. And then I've got this is called pecorino, which is kind of very, very similar, I think, to Parmesan, but it's slightly sweeter. And obviously you get young pecorino and old pecorino. This has been washed in red wine, so you've got a little bit of that flavour coming through. And I'm just going to grate like a handful. And of course you can put as much or as little as you personally like. I've got some nice Parmigiano Reggiano, which is, you know, good quality Parmesan. And then I'm just going to season it with salt and a little pepper and marjoram. You could use basil. You could kind of, you know, use what you like. And finely chop it. So this is a simple ravioli. Simple, simple, simple. Mix that up. And just to sort of cut through all that lovely cheese, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some lemon zest in there. And you'd be surprised how fantastic lemon zest is here, because it works really well with the marjoram and the cheeses. That's probably enough. If you use the zest, that means you don't have to use the juice, and it means it doesn't have to get wet and sort of get sticky and sort of... Sometimes when fillings are a little wet, they sort of eat through the pasta, which can be a bit of a pain. So what I'm going to do is make some little raviolis. Ravioli is sort of a general term for a filled pasta, yeah? If I was going to buy a pre-made ravioli, I'd probably go to an Italian deli. I wouldn't buy it from big supermarkets or anything else like that, really. I'll just put a little bit of water around the pasta, and then I just pinch from one side, right, to the other, right, and you squeeze out that air. Now, I squeeze out the air because I don't want it to float, and if it floats, then it doesn't cook evenly, yeah? So there you go. A nice little package. All right, all airtight, no rips. Any rips, chuck it out. And you can just go like that. And there you go. Got our raviolis here. I'll cook those for Gennaro in a minute. If they dry a little, it doesn't matter. You just cook them for a bit longer. And that's it. 4 minutes in the pan, they're done. This looks pretty good. And who's that?
Hello,
mate. How you doing?
I'm alright.
Did you manage to get that?
Oh,
good
yeah.
mullet?
I got the red mullets here.
Superb.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks for squeezing it, mate.
No problem.
Let's have a look at
Fast
these little
stop.
fellas. Oh yeah, look at those. Nice red gills. Beautiful. Listen, mate, could you just fill it then for us? Is that all right?
Yeah, I've got some filling in already anyway.
Hey, Jamie!
That's no problem at all.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hey,
All right.
how are you? They let you out of prison?
Oh, of course they let me out of prison. Fish.
Lovely. Lovely. You put that on my account.
No problem, Jay.
Cheers, mate. Thank you
Have
very
a good
much.
day, yeah? See you later.
Go on then, Gennaro.
Come on,
Got
let's
some
go.
nice pasta for you to try, mate.
Right.
We're making a
Let's
few
go.
beautiful things. Are you all right?
Yeah. Go on.
So, first of all, I've got these ravioli. I'm going to cook these straight away. 3 minutes I'm going to give them. Just put a lid on half. Now, while they're cooking, right, I'm going to do a ravioli dish. I've got a bolognese dish. I want because you know bolognese. Yeah, look at you. Right, and also I'm going to do a nice little dish that I had in Sicily once. Right. Basically, it's done with sardines, but I couldn't get any today, so I've got red mullet, which I thought was quite interesting because they're oily fish, aren't they?
I love a red mullet anyway.
Yeah.
It's good fish.
What I'm going to do in here, Gennaro, is I've got a little pan on. I'm going to put a little olive oil, and basically the whole idea of this is I want to flavour some of that oil. I want to toss this sage into there, and some of this marjoram. So you give that literally a minute, and that goes crispy, because sage, even though everyone thinks it's a woody herb, it has to be basil or parsley to go into pasta, but even though it's a woody herb, if you make it crispy, then it like snaps up. So I'm going to take that off the heat now. That's lovely. Now in this pan, what I'm going to do is put a little olive oil. I've got some garlic. I'm just going to grate it. Of course you could finely chop it. And then some fennel.
Right. You're doing well so far.
And can you pass some of those anchovies over there, Gennaro?
Yeah.
Let's get a spoon. Can you put about 4 anchovies in there? And I'm not frying it off to sort of...
Are you Sicilian or what? Anchovies is good. A base for almost everything.
Yeah, lovely. And also, I'm going to use this grater to do some onion.
So fine, so good. What a machine's that one?
It's good, it's quick, isn't it? Good for home. Little pinch of salt.
Right.
I want to get this. I've got these lovely mullet that the fishmonger got. Look, what a lovely fish.
Nice with the fish mallet and I made him downstairs, yeah?
Yeah, beautiful.
That's good.
Just drop it in, and just a little bit of lemon zest. Very important. Right. And you could put a bit of wine in, like, you know, I've got red wine there, a bit of white wine.
White wine is much better, yeah.
Just gently. Just a little, just to stop the frying, so it goes on to steaming. And then some nice olive oil. Plenty. In Sicily they use quite a lot of olive oil. Little pepper. Oh, I forgot chilli.
Yeah, I'll chop it for you. Go.
Yeah. You chuck it in there.
What, you want half chili or what?
Yeah, half a chilli. Just chuck it in there. And if you imagine that slowly cooking, anchovies, fennel, all that sort of thing, and the chilli, lemon zest, it's going to be wonderful. So then we turn the heat down. Then we take this. I'm going to take these herbs out. Right, I've got the flavoured oil in here, and I'm going to get these lovely ravioli. I'm going to put them into here, right? And you don't have to chuck away all the water. The water, I just leave a little in there, just to sort of mix up with the oil. You know, you taught me that anyway.
What a simplicity.
And then I'm going to get some of the pecorino and just grate that in there. And basically, the pecorino oil and water is just going to make that lovely sauce. And you taught me this years ago, didn't you? And you just
Go. Shake it.
like that.
Shake it. Go on, shake him a little bit.
Oh, China.
Go,
Yeah, I know.
go. I see the way. Look at that. The cream is starting coming out.
Lovely.
Go. That's beautiful.
Right, now,
I
I'm
want
just
to
going
eat
to
it.
serve up that ravioli. Look how homemade that looks. Rustic, homemade. I know it's going to take, well, you're going to tell me in a minute. Look at that. And then that juice, here, look at that. Keep that. Important. Then I'm just going to get some of these crunchy little bits of herbs and nice long bits of parmesan. Look at that. You want to try some? Is that...
You went such a long way. Look at that. Look at that. The lemon is out. Good boy, good boy, good boy. This is what I like. Such a simplicity.
That, you know what I love about that? Is the cheese is so soft, the lemon is just zingy, the herbs are crispy. I love the herbs. And that pasta's like silk, isn't it?
Yeah. I think you had a bit too much.
Go on then. Right, so I'm going to put some linguine in. Right, that's going to take about 7 minutes. And I've just taken this bolognese off. It's had about half an hour. What's the whole thing about pastas and the show? I mean, look at all this stuff you give me. I mean, it's amazing. What's this here? This pickle?
Biccoli.
Biccoli.
It's Venetian spaghetti, so.
And then you've got like a curly pappardelle. Can I use that for my bolognese?
Oh, this is the pasta used for the bolognese because this is nice. You don't want that rubbish, which is all right.
Oh, the spaghetti.
The spaghetti, spaghetti, because the spaghetti is very English.
Yeah.
But in Bologna, they use tagliatelle, pappardelle, flat pasta. When
Yeah.
I come first in England, I hear this dish, spaghetti alla bolognese. I thought it was something new. I said, where they got it from? But it's a bolognese because the spaghetti, the sauce rounds, they have to be touched after filled and everything goes. This is the right sauce. This
It's
is
a beautiful
called,
pasta,
this is color pappardelle, and this is the pappardelle, it's the
normal.
flat one.
Normale.
No, normale, bravo, normalissimo. This is tagliarini, which is what they use in Bologna. This
So that's
one.
probably the original, yeah?
The original, just a little bit thing.
The original ragu
Yeah.
would have been with pappardelle, tagliatelle, or the curly pappardelle.
Oh, the color. This is what they are.
Let's have a look at this.
So,
It's lovely, isn't it? Just get the meat out. You just want to flake it. Look at that. It just flakes. And you literally, like a Peking duck, you just mash it up like that. And then you haven't got like the sort of generic sort of mincemeat. You know, look at that. That's wonderful.
this is, yeah, it is actually, this is almost minced the way you can get.
Look at that. If you run your fork around for a while, I reckon that will break up a right treat. Look at that.
Yeah. All right.
So, I've got the bolognese. Right. Now look at this. Look at my red mullet.
Yeah.
Let's check the fish. Fish is cooked. Let's taste it. Flavour's wonderful. Now, the whole idea of this was to get our linguine.
Hold on a bit.
Which
Let
is
me
good.
just clean this mess. You
Watch
still
this.
mess.
Linguine goes in.
A clever idea. A clever.
Right, and see that? I was just going to mix it up.
Yeah.
And not touch the fillet, but when I mix it up, naturally it's going to break up, yeah?
Of course it is.
So I'm going to mix it up like this. Right? And then I'm thinking to myself, let's have another taste. Because lemon juice and fish are always, and olive oil is always a good friend, aren't they? Good olive oil.
I love it now.
Good olive oil. And then I've got these fennel tops from the top of the fennel. Don't waste them. Get some of that in. And then, have you got a bowl?
Yeah. I'm waiting.
Another tack. Look at that. It's nice and it's loose. Do you like it?
It's good. You've done the right way to do it.
I know it's not sardines, but I thought
No.
red mullet's a lovely, wonderful, oily fish. Look at that.
Yeah, red mallet is very good fish. You know, everybody likes.
And you can get it everywhere. We can use like snap. You could use snapper or something like that.
Don't waste it.
Lovely herbs.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Excellent. I love it. Olive oil.
Go on. I'm going to put the pappardelle in. You tuck in, mate.
I can't wait.
I want your opinion on it.
It's good.
Original?
Original as can be.
Would an Italian say, take this English stuff away, or would they say, that's wonderful?
No. This is wonderful. What are you joking?
Yeah.
This is good. Completely different way I make a bolognese, but we see at the end of dish.
So I'm going to put a little parmesan just in it, which isn't very Italian at all. I've taken it off the heat now, Gennaro, so it's not boiling.
I just want to taste
So
it.
I'm just going to...
In old days, they cannot afford it. Parmesan anyway.
They would use pan grattata, yeah? Look at this. So, in it goes.
A minute.
Slowly, slowly, just fold the pasta around, right? So it gets, and it sticks to all that wonderful bolognese. And I'm not thinking bolognese of 1900s. I'm thinking this might be something like the one 150 years ago. Big bits of meat, not mincemeat, you know.
You mean the original?
The original.
Yeah.
Look how that lovely meat sticks to that pasta. Look,
I want to stand here because I want to see what you're doing.
look at it though. See, I think that is rustic. And when I've been to Tuscany and had lovely game, you know, shit, look at that.
It's nice. Look,
Look, just a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit.
That would have been a rich family who had that, wouldn't it?
Of course it is.
And if they were poor, it'd have more parmesan.
That would have fed quite a few people with that bit.
A little bit of parmesan over the top.
Don't put, just put them on top. It's for us. It's for us to eat it. Let's have a look.
What do you think?
Let me taste it first.
What would it smell like?
Beautiful so far. So far, so good.
What's all these noises? You eat so loud these days.
Leave me taste it. You taste it. You tell me now.
Okay. Because I want to be like you, should I
Enjoy.
like...
Do that. Because it's hot, you see. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Good boy, good boy.
Original?
Very original. Can't be more original than that.
Go on, have it some more.
If somebody else, somebody do better, I don't want to know. Because this is good. This is good.